Hello everyone. Hey, welcome back to my channel. Alright, let's see what we got for you right now. We got one of these quite, how can I say it? Has different feelings for different people. These cars were quite popular back in the 80s and 90s, even in the 2000s. They were quite useful until a not so good review from a famous magazine came out, especially here in North America, and it's just threw their record to the garbage, unfortunately. Now, what we're talking about right now is that what we got in front of you right now, it's a 143, excuse me, 143 scale, 1982 Mitsubishi Pajero. Now this it's called Pajero in some countries. Some countries was called the Mitsubishi Montero, like in the North American market, and that's how we knew it here. Also, it was called uh, Mitsubishi Shogun. I heard in other countries. Now, let me first clarify what I said at the beginning of the title of the presentation. These cars in North America, they were quite used, popular. Used to see them around a lot. They were very good. They even sold them as Dodge at the beginning. I remember they used to call them Dodge. What was it? Dodge Raider. Dodge Raider. They used to call them. And because Mitsubishi, when this came out, was still not in North American market, so they had like a connection with Dodge or like a agreement, and they used to sell them as Dodge. But going back to what I said, back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken, a quite popular magazine called Consumer Affairs did a review on these cars, and they found them to be quite dangerous. Not so much this one. They came out with the Isuzu Trooper. If you remember, they used to say these cars used to, if you made a tight turn, they might flip. They were the main issue, but not. Also, they spoke about the Mitsubishi Montero slash Pajero, same model, different name. They really affected their record in these cars. These cars, once that came out, people started getting a bit scared of them because you don't want to, you don't want to have an accident. Sometimes we make these tight turns out of nowhere because we are in a rush or the light's changing from yellow to red, and you don't want to get caught in the red light. So you make a quick turn, and that quick turn could be something that you do not want to go through. But beyond that, it was not like it's happening a lot. But once they made that review, a lot of people, and I think that was that review right there from Consumer. I think it was Consumer Affairs, if I'm not mistaken. It was Consumer Affairs. When they did that review, it truly affected a lot Isuzu Trooper, but also the Montero. Not so much like Isuzu, but the Montero was also affected in it because both of them were judged in the same way. And actually, to me, and I think I read in other reviews, that's what really killed Isuzu from the North American market. Now, if you live in North America, you know that we have an Isuzu no longer sell cars in America. That's been since the 90s, unfortunately. But, that was one of the main reasons to my view. But going back to this beautiful diecast that we have, this is a two-door version, the short version. I also have the long one, the long version. I have it, it's actually in the resin. But it's a cutie. It's a real cutie. I like the white wheels, the white alloy wheels. Kind of gives it a nice touch. Obviously, they might get dirty in a second, especially when you're driving a 4x4. If you want to go with the mud and all that, forget it. Those white wheels will not be so white at the end of the day. But it's a different story. That's what they got car wash for, right? Look at those big Japan, because this is a Japanese car, so obviously those big side mirrors. They're big. They're huge. In America, North America, at least we have them on the side, right by the door. I never drove a car with a side mirror in by the fender, so far away from the driver's view for me. But if they lasted for such a long time in the Japanese market like that, it must be quite good for them. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go around a few times to give a nice look at the car, and I'll be right back. All right, guys. So before I forget, this model ran between 1982 until 1991. So it was out there for quite a long time. Quite a long time. Very attractive car. Very, very reliable back in the days. A lot of people are still using them. You know. Please do not forget to give me that nice thumbs up. It will show me that you're enjoying these videos as much as I enjoy making them. Let me know in the comments if you drove one of these. Do you own one of these? Have you seen them on the streets in the car show? Or you like me, we collect diecast and you have this model also. Let me know in the comments. Do not forget to click and subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button. Alright guys, so take care of yourselves more than ever, as I always say. Very important. And goodbye.